Good afternoon or even good evening. It's Tuesday, the 5th of November, 2024. It's 7 p.m. here in the UK. That's quite a late stream for me. Welcome to the Fifth Guardian. I'm your host, Tony Hunt, where today I am player of games wearing rider of roller coasters because I haven't got a top like this with player games on. I'm feeling a bit cold as it's the evening. So I've got two layers on. Anyway, welcome. As always, this isn't my story. It's not your story. Today's story is playing multiple series in Real Racing 3. So let's just crack on with it. Let's get the old iPad on screen. See what's going on. All right. So I did a stream yesterday around about 1 p.m. with the intention of doing the 4 series that are currently available for me to race in and improve in. And I only got round to doing 2 of them, and that was after 2 hours. So I thought I'd do another one and give it another go. So this might end up being a bit of a long one, but I thought it'd be a bit of fun early on in the evening before potentially it gets a bit serious later on, especially if you're American. So yeah, a bit of light fun to start the evening, bit of racing, bit of laughing at my rubbish driving. Always helps the day go quicker. Anyway, welcome along everyone. Let's get going. So I'm going to start off because I want to keep on my target of 60 gold a day. I'm going to go straight to road collection, and I'm going to go straight in to the exclusive series, and I'm going to go to the McLaren Artura. Hopefully I pronounced that right. So this is now sitting at 44%. So I think when I raced the car yesterday, I took it to about 30%. So what I've done off stream, and again, it's a little tactic that I have in the other exclusive series, is I always find when you race the Hunter, if you do it offline, you're only racing against their computer opponents as opposed to human opponents. And the human opponents typically have a quicker time. So it's always harder to beat online than it is offline. But obviously, if I'm offline, I can't do the airplay. So I thought I'll do the Hunters offline. And obviously, then when I ran out of durability, I did a couple of the endurance tests. Again, the reason being the amount of miles that you need to do on endurance is always lower when the iPad is in an offline mode as opposed to being online, and therefore you typically end up racing against human opponents. So that's why I'm at the 44% mark. So clearly today I should be able to take it over 50%, and my reward for doing so is 30 gold. So let's see how we get on. So tier 2 speed record. So 193 miles per hour. Wow, that seems quite high. I'm just going to let it go because I think when I'm coming back up to the start line, that's when the fastest part of the track is. So let's see how we get on. Oh, that is off track because he wasn't paying attention there. Now, I've not actually done any advertising for this tonight because I thought what I'll do is I'll do my stream this morning and I'll make it clear in the stream that there's going to be a live stream tonight. Really just to see if that does work. Would appear not to have done, but never mind. Every day is a learning day, and only if you try stuff out do you realise if it's going to work or not. But it is early, Let's find out if other people join. There we go. Look at this. Bang, bang. Easily done. Slow that car down. Put the brake assist back to low. That's another first. Nice and easily does it. Now, with it being the evening, time for a small glass of wine as well. Cheers. Obviously, it's not recommended ever to do drinking and driving, but this is just a game. It's not real. %46. What have we got in tier 3? We've got a cup. 3 laps. Do you know what? Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Let's see what happens. I've got a bit of durability in the tank, so doing crazy stuff like this probably won't hurt too much. Now, on this course, I do tend to bang into all the other cars. With it only being 3 laps, I've sort of got to get me foot around and really overtake these cars, which means it's going to be a bit messy. But I will try to keep it as clean, reasonably clean. I mean, look at that. There's 3 abreast there. There we go. Oh, dear. Right. However, the key here then is you hold off through this little chicane, because that's always a pain. And look at that guy. Oof. Oh, that's got to hurt. So I'm in 4th. The car's already wrecked. I've knocked about 5 cars off the track. But I'm up to 3rd. With 2 laps to go and 2 cars to overtake. Make that 1. You know, I just realised I didn't set my system up properly. And it probably need the mic just a little bit closer. There we go. So I'm right on first tail. I'm telling you, for me, that was pretty smooth. I know I hit half the cars on the way to the front, but that's still pretty smooth for me. There we go. So this is another first, I'm pretty sure, in the bag. Yeah, it's the evening here, so it's a bit it's dark outside already, even though it's only just gone 7 o'clock. It's getting a bit cold. I have got the heating on, but yeah, still needed an extra layer on. Winter is here. At least that's what it feels like. So there we go. That's a first. That's up to 48%. Some more gold coming my way. %48. So there's an elimination. So Why not? Let's get it done. Looks like I'm racing pretty much all copies of human opponents. So I'm out of last place, which is good. I'm up into 6th, make that 5th. I'll stay out the way. Try and do it clean. There we go. Up into 4th. Now 3rd. Just get on the tail of 2nd. There we go. Is it the full lap? It is. Okay. So I'll just... no, it isn't. I always get that wrong. That corner. There we go. Into 1st. Before the end of the 1st lap. Need to be careful at this corner, not to go off. There we go. So I'm up to 200 yards ahead of 2nd. There's only 4 cars left in the event. I should easily get on the podium, but I'm aiming for 1st. And that, fingers crossed, will take me to the 50% mark. Accelerate out the corner. 300 yards ahead. Brake into this corner so I can accelerate out again. Oh, foot on the accelerator a bit too early there. Oh, I think I've won. How about that? Not bad at all. Another victory. So hopefully that's 50%. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. 199 gold back. Bear in mind, I literally went down to 0 gold on Sunday. So that's on average 65 gold a day. The question is, can I keep that up before the next release? And if I can, I'll definitely hit over 1,000 gold, which would be a good position. Okay. I'm just going to go through these, I think, and let the car run out. And then we'll put it into service and see what happens. See if it gets serviced before I finish with all the other cars. Oops. It's always tight going on the inside because you're always squeezed. There we go. And I'm off. So I'm up into 8th. There's 4 laps in total. So I probably need really to be higher up the field to have a chance of winning this. Effectively, I've got to get 2 cars per lap. Which is a possibility because I've just got 2 there. Might attempt an outside maneuver. Here we go. And then maybe an inside. Obviously, that was completely clean. Didn't touch the car once. The sound effects were clearly exaggerated. We're up into third. 2 laps to go. So it's looking good for the win, although this guy's coming back at me. He's getting a bit keen. And then blocks me. Wasn't very nice. Oh, if we're playing dirty, I'm going to play dirty. All right, I've got to get 2 cars in this last lap. There we go. A little bit better around that corner there, the Parabolica. All right, I've got to get this car here. That's one. I haven't got the other one though. So I might have to accept second. And that's been caused by that error on the 3rd lap when I lost. I lost 3rd place. And if I'm not careful, I'm going to lose second. I'll have to defend it. There we go, second. Not brilliant, but we'll take it. I should have won that really, but not to worry. Oh, I haven't got much there left, so I'm seriously thinking, skip video, about doing one of the longer laps at the end. Oof, 10 laps. Oof, that's a bit long, isn't it? Might do that another day. Le Mans, two laps. I mean, 1 lap's long enough on Le Mans, to be fair. What am I going to do? I'll do that. Oh gosh, that's 8 laps as well. Blimey. They're all a bit long, aren't they? Fine, we'll do the Indy. 8 laps. It'll out with the fame though, so can't complain too much. What am I going to do? Where am I going to do this one? How am I going to do it? I'm going to go down the inside where there isn't one. There we go. Now, sorry, I mean the outside where there isn't one. And I've got bumped off there. Right, regroup. Refocus. Take those 3 cars out now. Go on to the other inside then. Take them out this time. There you go. Onto the other inside. They're all a bit bunched up and hitting each other as well as me. If you believe that, you believe anything. Lovely move over the grass there. So I'm now on course to win as long as I get 1 car per lap. So even though I'm only 6, I think I've got this in the bag. There we go, 5th. Fourth. Just hold that 4th position. That's actually enough for this lap, but might as well get close to 3rd if we can. might even get third. There we go. But it is. Some sort of slingshot round this guy. There we go. Second. So as I said, I reckon I could win this quite easily. And it's looking that way so far. There we go. There we go. So now I've got first. I'm only on lap 3. I've got 5 laps to do after this. Whew. There we go. So that lap was 104.921. Might as well see if we can improve on that. .921. So I'm 200 yards ahead of second. I reckon there's a real chance of catching back markers on this race. It was a bit slower that time. Isaias Silveira, welcome. Welcome. Thanks for joining. And he's lost it. There we go. So that's the 5th lap. Just about done. I'm 400 yards ahead of second. I'm doing about 104, 105. I want to see if I can get under 104. So in terms of gold harvesting today, I've got all that I need to. So it's just a case of moving all the other series on so I can get some more gold tomorrow. So in the 104s, but I was nowhere near getting out of the 104s. Penultimate lap. I think I'm a bit slower than the last lap, so I don't think this is going to be in the 104s. There you go, just outside. Let's see if we can do a real fast lap for this last one. Probably not, because as I suggested, back markers ahead. Might have a chance of beating it this time round. Probably not now. Oh, I think I was almost in the 103s there, just in the 104.0s, 104.1s. There we go. 8 laps. First, car durability down to 0. We'll service that. For the next time we'll use it, which I suspect probably won't be today, and it probably won't be tomorrow. It probably will be Thursday. Okay. Right, I'm just going to take a short break and get some more water. Be right back. There we go. Got to remember the camera follows me, but it can't follow me into another room. Right. So that's that series done at this moment in time. So the next series I'm going to go to, I'm going to leave the other two exclusive series. And I'm going to go to season 2 and the Italian Menagerie. Now, before I go there, let me just see if I've put the exclusive series. No, it's still at 38%. And my road collection is still at 72%. That's fine. So into this series, I've got 3 cars available to race. I'm going to start off by running some of the quick events. And I'm going to use the Ferrari 548 Italia because the next set of events coming up are the showcase events for the Lamborghini. So I'll use the Ferrari, which actually has the best PR rating out of all the 3 cars. I'm not going to spend any gold updating any of the other cars. Mubar says hello. Hello, welcome along. Thanks for joining. Glad to have you with us. You'll get a different type of real racing free with me. It won't be slick. It won't be cool. But it will be fun. And sometimes I don't even win. So I got 3rd there. Tempted to give that another go. Because I reckon I can do better. Yeah, let's give that another go. We can do better. Although it did look as... that being said, it did look... Let me just quit that, actually. Quit. Yes. Let me just have another look at that. Because it might be the speed of the car. Let's have a look. So I said I wasn't going to use the Lamborghini, but if it's a speed snap, I've still opened it up. If it's a speed snap, I might still use it just to get to first. Because I think, even though it's hard to handle, the Lamborghini... No. Let's give it another go with the Ferrari. I think I messed it up in the corner, to be fair. So we'll slow it down just so we can properly accelerate out. There we go. Go up to the top. Still doesn't look as if I'm going to do 193. No, looks like I'm not going to win at this stage with that car. But 3rd is 3rd. So we'll leave that one there. Lee Melvin waves his hand to say hello. Welcome, Lee. Thanks for coming back. Glad to have you back. Umu Bar says, I just started playing this game. Have I got any tips? Yeah, I do. Have a look. Have a look at some of my early videos. Yeah. Yeah, I've got loads of tips. Yeah, I don't know where to begin on that one, to be fair. What I've been doing is I've been doing quite a few of these streams, and in each stream I'll go through the sort of things that work. Now, you don't have to be brilliant at this game to be successful. So you don't have to have all the driver aids turned off, but it does help having some of them turned off because you will go far faster. So if you've just started it, what I would probably say is really just get into the habit of playing it daily if you can. Not too long, but every day, just get used to it. And the thing I would suggest in terms of racing is let me just start this, and I'll pause it and show you the settings. If you're just starting, what I would suggest is in settings, just go with the default in terms of driving to begin with. And then once you're quite established as a player and you feel you're quite confident, then you'll probably get more out of tilt B, which is when you're doing your own accelerating and braking. I just for ease on streams leave it on tilt A unless I need to get a little bit more pace. So that's the first thing. The second thing I would say is in terms of driver assists, don't go crazy and turn them all off because you will struggle. How I say to people to approach it is focus on one. So if you to begin with, they're always like this. So if it was me and I'm starting off, the first thing I would get to grips with is that brake assist set to low. Yeah. Leave the other two on high. So leave steering assist on high and traction control on, and initially take the brake assist down to low. You'll immediately notice your laps will get faster. Once you've got the hang of that, because what brake assist on low will mean is that you do have to engage brakes earlier than what the auto system will do on quite a number of corners. Not all corners, but quite a number. So there's a little bit of skill already involved. And then once you've mastered that, the next thing I would do is get traction control off and master that. And the reason why that is the case is if you can master traction control, you are typically at least a second a lap quicker with most cars on most laps. That's what I would do. So I, as a bare minimum, always have those set too. Now, when you're doing some of the events, you might find you need to turn the brake assists off. But to begin with, brake assist to low, master that. Secondly, once you've mastered that, traction control off, master that. Get to learn when it's going to skid and when it's not going to skid. And also remember, all the cars react differently. So you've got to understand that all the cars are different. So it's imagine getting into a Mini or getting into a Mini and then getting into something like a Porsche. They drive completely differently. And that's one of the things that Real Racing 3 has really captured quite well. So that'd be the immediate thing I would do. The other thing that I would suggest is don't spend gold unless you have to, because gold is key to this game. So if at all possible, avoid spending gold. Until you've got your gold accrued up, I would suggest on a regular basis, unless you know what you're doing, you always want between 1,000 and 2,000 gold available. And they need to be available so you can win the events where you do, unfortunately, have to spend gold to upgrade the cars. So you see, I'm not particularly brilliant when I'm going around the corners. For example, there I'm sliding. I'm sort of doing that on purpose, really, just to show you what I mean. But it's a case of how quickly you can then control that slide back. Now, obviously, it's sliding like that because of traction control, and I didn't even win that. But I'm not too worried. It was really just to show. But that would be my immediate set of tips, especially if you just started playing this game. Yeah, but yeah, don't waste your gold is the key. Right, okay, so I'm not going to bother doing the Hunter right now. I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to go onto the showcase event, which is using the Lamborghini. Now, the Lamborghini is a very different car from the Ferrari. Whereas even though the Ferrari slides, its downforce isn't too bad. This car is horrible to drive. It looks nice, but it's horrible to drive. But this is a head-to-head, and normally I like my head-to-heads. But you can see there, I'm having to brake round that corner just to stop it from sliding. But I'm in the lead, so I should win this. There we go. So even though I'm not rushing around the corners, because of the type of car that this is, I am 300 yards ahead of my opponent. Because he's driving the same car, and technically he's having the same problems I am driving this car. So there we go. I'm close to the finish line, 500 yards ahead. I'm going to get a first. There we go. So that's another first. I've opened up another tier, but I'm not going to rush through to start on the other tier. I'm going to get the showcase stuff done. Now, the other thing I guess to know is in terms of the time trial for the Lamborghini, I won't do the time trial until the car needs servicing, because with the time trial, on this, you don't get any gold. Obviously, you get gold on the weekly time trial, but you don't get any gold on the time trials that are in the game. So I always look at it, it's just about getting round the time trial and completing the lap. So I always do them when my car is needs servicing, because it's an easy thing to do on a car that's isn't at its top PR. But anyway, next I shall do in the showcase the Cup, and it's the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. 5 laps, that's okay. That should be enough to win. This is one of the tougher circuits I find to overtake on. But 5 laps should be okay. So I go around the outside and then into this next corner, I'll go around the outside as well, and I'll start braking shortly. There we go. Oh, I just went off a little bit there, but not to worry. I'm still up to 16th. Ideally at this corner, I want to be at least 14th. There we go, 13th. So now it's just a case of picking the cars off, staying out the way. I'm going to stay on this side. I'll take that car. I'll take the car on the inside of the next corner. I'm up into 9th. I'll take this car to be 8th. 7th almost. There we go. Now I always take a slightly different way around this corner. I always like being on the outside than the inside. So there we go. So that's 6. If I go on the inside now, the next one, I'll be 5th. So I've got 4 cars to overtake and 4 laps to do it in. So that should be nice and straightforward. I've been playing this game a long time, but so probably about on and off for 10 years. I did stopped playing it, I think about 7 years ago for a couple of years, and then I picked up about 5 years ago, and I play it most days. I do make sure I accrue the gold, and I've pretty much stayed on top of it. So that's why I'm not at road collection 100%. I'm at 72%. But the intention through these streams is over a period of, say, a couple of years, is to get back up to 100%. That'll be the goal of this particular live stream. I don't ever claim to be one of the better players. I'm not a particularly brilliant player, but I do get a lot of fun out of it, and I think that's important. I think also the other thing as well is always knowing to, if you do something regularly, you get to improve at it. So it's then taking that into other aspects of your life, I think. So this is just a bit of fun for me, but there is a lesson to be learned in that if you do something regularly, you get better at it. So look at that. I'm easily into second. I've done that in 2 laps, which isn't bad on this track because sometimes it can be quite tough to overtake. Yeah, I'm in first by the end of lap 2. That's not bad at all. So this looks like being another victory. It does probably mean this car will need servicing, and if it does, I'll run it in the time trial before servicing it. So this is part 2. I did part 1 yesterday. So if you wanted to see the start of this particular series, you can catch that in part 1. So I am going purposely a little bit slow around this track now, but they're still not catching me. As I say, I'm not particularly fond of this car. There we go. 4th lap. I'm in first. I'm over 200 yards ahead as he loses it there. Okay, so coming up to the end of the 4th lap, and I'm overtaking now back markers. So again, that's another thing in the game that is quite useful. If you're struggling to get to first, but you're like 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and you start overtaking the back markers, it usually means you catch up to the people in front. Because for some reason, even if they are copied human beings, or whether or not they are computer opponents, they always struggle to overtake back markers. So Amuba, sorry, has put. So if I would go to time trial race, it's better before the service. It's so much sense now. Yes, basically, it depends. So let me show you what I mean. And I did do a live stream this morning as well, so you can take a look at that. So in terms of this series, so that car needs servicing. In the series themselves, where you've got a time trial right there, I would recommend that you use the car to race in all of the cups when it's got durability on it, and then when you've run durability down, then do the time trial. Now that's different from the time trial here, because this is for gold. So my recommendation is every week you do this at least once, so you get some gold on the board. So whether or not you finish bottom or top, you always are given gold, and gold is key in this game. So in this particular time trial, which is the weekly time trial, always race a car that has durability on it. So you see there, even though it's close to needing servicing, it does actually say service not required. So that car will go as fast as it can. So it's important on this particular time trial, the weekly time trial, because you'll get gold. Likewise, on a weekly basis, I would always also recommend you always do, if you can, the multiplayer online racing, because you score gold. So even if you don't only do it once, it'll put gold in your pocket. So they're the two things I would recommend doing weekly. But then in a series, so I'm in season 2, the Italian Menagerie. I've taken my Lamborghini Reventon into the red in terms of requiring a service. Yeah, so it's saying, it's, as you can see, it's literally got no durability left, so it does need servicing. But I'm going to use it on the time trial, because the time trial in a series doesn't earn you gold, and all you've got to do is get around the lap without A, going off track, or B, banging into the side. As long as you do that, it marks you as first. And I'll show you what I mean by that once I've completed this lap. And again, the reason why it's important to complete as many races as possible is they all count as a completion percentage in the series, which obviously results in you get into 25%, 50% to 75%, and hopefully 100%. And at each percentage, you get a reward, including gold. And gold, as I say, is key, is king in this game. Okay, so that's me not doing a particularly fast lap, but a clean lap. So it says I've got a new personal best. It gives me some R dollars. Now, maybe early on, if you've only just started, you'll obviously want to collect R dollars. Me, I've got loads, so I'm not that bothered anymore. I'm obviously not anywhere near the top in terms of the global leaderboard, but in terms of the race itself, the time trial itself, in the series, skip video, it's now marked as yellow, meaning I've completed it. So yeah, that's what I do. So I'll now service that car. That car's now dead in this particular series. What have we got going on? So I've got a cup there, an endurance and a cup there, a hunter and autocross and speed record. So I'll do the autocross first, and I'll carry on using now the Ferrari, the 458 Italia. Again, this car has the higher PR of all the free cars in this series, at least for me. And as I said, I'm not going to spend any gold upgrading any of these cars because I'm trying to collect gold ready for the start of the next release, which will be in 2 weeks' time. So I'm probably just not going to do that. I'm not sure if I did that then. That was touch and go. Did I get first? I got first. Okay, I must have only just got first. There we go. So I did get first there. So I'm happy with that. Takes me close to 75%. I'm at 58% at the moment. When I get to 75%, I'll get 18 gold. I'll also get 18,000 R dollars, but if you look at my R dollars, I've got so many, I'm not really bothered about ever getting any more at this moment in time. Right, let's do the speed record, and it's around Melbourne. So, speed record tip. Total Bat Crazy says, remember, don't ignore your service warning light. Well, obviously not in real life, but obviously in the game, it's fine. Yes, in real life, take your car in for a service. Oops. So you might be wondering what I'm doing. So this is a speed record. And sometimes what I find is the fastest part of the track is just after the start or finish line. So what I've decided to do is start well back from the start. And I'll turn the car around. And this means when I cross the start line, I'll have quite a high speed. And it should mean I will easily complete the speed record. Because I'm just past the start line now, and look, I'm already first. Now you would not have been able to do that if you'd have started the start line on a speed record. It does depend on the circuit, but on the Melbourne circuit, that definitely works. So I'm going to now set that back to brake assist being low. I've got first on this, so I just need to drive around the rest of the track and complete the lap. There we go. You see, I've got nowhere near that top speed of 148 at any point of the lap. Just that little tip of starting behind the start line has made sure I got first place. I do have quite a few little gems like that in Muba. So if you watch regularly, you'll come across all of these. Because there are quite, as I said, there's quite a lot of little cheeky things you can do in this game to give you a little bit of an upper hand against the computer opponents. Right. Okay. So I've opened up another series. I'm just going to hold off there rather than go any further. I'm going to go back to this. So I had an endurance and an elimination. So what was the PR? So it was 37.2. I'm going to do the elimination using the Alfa Romeo 4C, which is the lower rated of all my cars. But I think it should be good enough to win. Now, I think the reason why I finished third is I decided to use the Lamborghini Reventon when it did actually need a service, because I thought it would still be good enough. And it was good enough to score points, but not good enough to win. So hopefully this car, as it's fully serviced, will be good enough to win. Notice there it's about the car and not the driver. Nothing to do with me when I don't win. So I'm up into fourth. I should get third here. Now this track, I'm not a big fan of this track because again, it's a real hard circuit to overtake on. But I'm already in third, so I should get second. Then again, I might not. I'm a little bit behind. Yeah, it feels like the car hasn't quite got the power. Here we go. Here we go. I'll get him on this corner. There we go. So I've got second. It's just a case of can I catch first? So I've got about a minute to catch this guy. So hopefully I can. I am catching him, but am I catching him fast enough? Don't want to go off. Hold it. There we go. I've got 20 seconds now to catch him. Might not have enough time. Doesn't look like it. Not to worry. There we go. Mubo looks like it's 3 a.m. where they are. So, well, thank you for joining. Yeah, tune in anytime. I do a stream most days. I don't normally do a stream as late as this, but I thought I'd give it a go for a change. So, yeah, thanks for joining. Much appreciated. I got second there, so that is an improvement. I'm just going to disappear off screen just for a minute, but I will be back, so don't worry. It was getting a bit warm, so I've took my top off. So I'm now officially player of games and not rider of roller coasters. I'll do the endurance as well, just to see if this car can do any better fully serviced. Now, I wouldn't normally do endurances with a car fully serviced, but I would also always try and do an endurance, at least in the series, when the iPad was offline. Because then you're always racing against computer opponents, and then the highest miles they tend to set is 6.4. Whereas now I'm racing online in an endurance series against human opponents, and I've got to try and hit 8 miles, which I should do. So basically, it's always harder to win an endurance race when the iPad or your device is online, and it's always easier to win an endurance series when you are racing offline. Now, that just applies to series in the game. You have to be online, I think, if you're doing an event or a limited series. So I'll just slow down so it drops below 80 seconds so I get the maximum of 10 seconds applied to my countdown. So it's going to be about 2 miles per lap, which means I've probably got to do about 4 laps to finish first. I'm just going to hold back, and then I'm going to overtake him. There we go, 87 seconds. So I'm not going to overtake this car until Omu Bar says, "Thank you for the tips. You are very welcome. There will be more. But in this stream, I don't know. It depends what I come across." Okay, so I'm below 80 seconds, so I'll now overtake this car. That'll add 10 seconds, because the maximum I can have is 89 seconds. There we go. So again, below 80 seconds, past the car. Below 80 seconds, past the car, wait behind the next car. Below 80 seconds, past the car. There we go. So I've already got 4 miles on the clock. I'm up into 6. I've got 2 more laps to do, I think, to come first. So I'm just going to hold off, because I think completing a lap is giving me about 18 seconds. Sorry, 17 seconds. So I could have actually passed that car, to be fair. Let's do it now. There we go. So that's 5 miles on the clock. I'm into 5th. I see 4th ahead. It's looking good for 1st. That's 4th. Get this guy on the inside. There we go. And there's 3rd. Get that foot down. I need to get to 8 miles. 8 miles to win. Second. Oh, there you go. 7.4 miles. My mistake. There we go. That's a first. With 20 seconds still to go on the clock. Not too worried then about completing this lap as I'm already first. So there we go. That's that race over and another first. I will service this car because there's not really a great deal to use it in that state at the very least. Skip video. So I'm at 62%. Season 2 has now gone up to 96%. But my overall road collection currently is still at 72%. So we've got one car still available. So that's the Ferrari. So again, I'll just let me have a look at this. What shall I do? Ooh, I'm going to do is that how many don't like the look of that. Do the circuit of the Americas, national circuit, 4 laps. See how we get on. Now again, what I do here is go out to the outside just to stay out of trouble. It's the long way round, but it's also the clean way round. So I'm already up to 8th. Make that 5th. Make that 4th. Make that 3rd. Make that 2nd. Make that 1st. There we go. I do like this circuit. This is one of the best circuits to overtake on. Oh, and we're skidding around the corner. But why not? Losing it a bit. There we go. Got it back. Into the corner now, as there's no cars around. Right at the apex on that corner. Same again. Doesn't feel, it's funny, when you've been racing the big fast supercars, this doesn't feel as fast. Which again, you know, is a reflection on the game, showing the different capabilities of the car or cars. Oh, lost it a bit. So I'm on the second lap. I'm first. I've got 2 laps to go, and I'm 500 yards ahead. And we're an hour 18 into the stream. Told you it'd be a long one. Final lap. I'm in first, and lo and behold, I'm catching back markers. I'm in first by over 1,000 yards. Loads of back markers being overtaken. So this car probably will now need servicing, which will complete this particular leg on the Italian Menagerie. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. There we go. Car needs servicing. So we'll service it. That's all 3 cars used. I am up to 64%, not too far away from getting to the 75% next target. But that probably won't be tomorrow. And the reason why it won't be tomorrow is because in the round 2, there is an event to be released tomorrow. So tomorrow's live stream, which will be at 1 o'clock tomorrow, 1 p.m. UK time, will be the event Track Day Black Series. Conquer the competition in the Mercedes AMG GT Black Series. So that'll be the stream tomorrow. But not tonight. Right. Okay. So next on. Oh, look at that. I have now taken the road collection up to 73%, and that was my goal to achieve before the next release. So that's excellent. So 73% there, moving slowly closer to the 100%. Right. So now back into the exclusive series. And I'll start with the Morgan plus 6. Now, I'm not expecting to achieve anything with this card today, or indeed the McLaren. So I think all that I will do is literally just go through the tiers one by one and complete them. So the first tier that's available is a cup competition, Bucati circuit, 4 laps. Let's give it a spin. I like to just stay out of the way. So I'll do it on the outside, then the inside, then the outside, then the inside. I'm up into 12. I've got the inside here. I'll overtake again. Overtake a few cars. Up into ninth. I will now swap to the other side, so I've got the inside again. I'm now up to 6. A good exit out of that corner there. I think I'm going to get 5th as I go into the next corner. Again, I'll get him on the inside. And then maybe get the other guy on the next corner. Yes, there we go. So up into 4th. Again on the inside. There we go. Final part of the lap. I'm in 3rd, and I've got 3 laps to go. So 3 laps to go, 2 cars to overtake. I'm now up into 2nd. Now up to 1st. I'm in 1st, start the 3rd lap. I'm 150 yards ahead. There we go. End of the third lap. I am now first by over 200 yards, or at least I was. One more lap to go. Okay, there we go. Final lap, 300 yards ahead. I think I've got this in the bag. Whee, off the track, back on it. Final part of the lap. And it's another victory. There we go. That's a victory. That's a win. 52%, I think. Sorry, 77%. What am I on about? I think it was at 50%, and it's not. It's at 75%. What have we got to do? Is it all just the cups? Looks like all just the cups. Yep. Okie dokie. Next cup is the Italian Grand Prix, the junior course, but only 2 laps. This might be quite hard to win. I'm going to have to storm down here somehow. There are only 16 cars, but nevertheless, this is still quite hard to get a first on. And that's why. I've done really well to get up to second, I'd say. In fact, I'm going to get first because I'll just not put my brakes on and he'll slide off. There you go. But I won't. But I've got somebody behind me as well, so I've got to be careful. So it's important now to push that lead on the second lap, as I've now got it. You know, for an old car, this car is quite nippy. I like it. There we go. 60 yards ahead. Good opportunity for a victory. Brake, just where you start to see that green felt. So I can get around the parabolica corner quite easily. There we go. Victory. There we go. No more gold to be had today, but it does set up the opportunity to get gold on Thursday's stream. Right. Okay, so the next one is the Suzuka circuit, West Circuit. Now, do I do this or do I do a longer circuit? You know what? I'm just going to do it. Let's do it. Let's just do them, get them off one by one. I might do these first on Thursday stream in case it's a bit of a long one and it gives me the opportunity for them to be serviced and raced again. Right, so I'm going to stay out the way and I'm going to go the long way around this corner coming up. And yes, I'm on the grass purposely just to stay out the way. There we go. Always do I catch up on the corners, even if I go the long way around. There we go. So up into 14. I'm going to brake so I can get the inside. I'm now up to 9th. Up to 8th. I'm going to have to go some to win this, though, to be fair. But you never know. I'm up to 7th. I've got 6 cars to overtake in 3 laps. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get this guy on the corner. I'll take him on the inside. It should, there we go, let me or set me up to get the next car also on the inside corner. There we go. Nicely decorated car, that though. So I'm up to 5th and I've still got 2 laps to go after this. I'm going to go round the outside on this one. That takes me up to 4th. So I've got 2 laps and 3 cars to overtake. I think it's doable. No, we're driving like that though. I completely lost that. Oh. Not to worry. Every day's a learning day. I was going too hard into that corner. Might not even finish in the top 3 now, unfortunately, but that's how it goes. You learn from these lessons. Yeah, I'm not going to finish in the top 3, but that's fine. I could have won that, but again, just made a mistake, cost me the race. Never mind. See it through to the end. Something to improve on for next time. Excuse me. So up into 6, technically down into 6, and I'm probably going to finish 6. And the car will probably now need servicing. There we go. Well, that was a bit disappointing, that one, but never mind. Never mind. And there we go. Car to be serviced. Okay, so I'll just take another short break. I'm still here, but I shall be back in about a minute. All right. Okay, so final series, the McLaren MP4/4. And it's probably something similar where I've only got the cups to do. So it might be a while trying to get this done. But I'll start with number 6. The sprint circuit, 8 laps. Now, again, as in so many circuits, I'm just going to stay out of trouble. So I'm going to go round the outside. I had to brake a little bit harder than I wanted to. But I'm already up into 4th. Make that 3rd. And I'm going to go dangerously across the track to get that inside. I'm now in 1st. This car is great to drive, but I tell you what, if you lose it, you lose it. So I got 1st on the 1st lap there. Round the corner. So what I did on the first lap, I've just got to keep doing on the remaining 7. That's easier said and done, with me anyway. Sorry, that's easier said than done. Oh, see, there we go. There we go. And we've lost it. Got it back. .106 that lap. I think I can do better because I slid off the track on that lap. Skidding is all part of the fun. So there we go. A little bit quicker that time. 106.0. Not much quicker, to be fair. 5 more laps to go, including this one. There we go. .106 again. Seems to be about what I'm doing. And he lost it again. And again. Oh dear. Pretty sure I'll be slower than 106 this time. I forgot I'm actually in a race here because I'm so far ahead. Oh dear, what's going on this lap? Made a right mess of this lap. So this one is looking more like a 109. A whole 3 seconds slower. Don't lose it. And he's lost it again. Oh, I don't know what's happened to me now. All over the place. There we go. Still doing okay. 107.805. Let's get down to the 106s again. 2 more laps. Let's set a personal best. Well, at least this lap was cleaner. First 500 yards ahead. 1 lap to go. There we go, a 104. I knew I could do better than a 106. Catching up the back markers always makes me laugh when you do that on an exclusive series. Also makes me laugh that I've been off the track so many times and I'm still winning. Anyway, final lap, final corner. And amazingly, I finished first. I have no idea how. But first, it is. Victory is mine. So we've been going 1 hour 50. It looks like it's going to be 2 hours, and then that probably will be the end of the stream. One more race to go. The Dubai Autodrome. 3 laps. Give it a go. International circuit, right? Okay. So again, this is another one. I'm going to go to the outside, or the first corner. I'll go to the outside of the first corner. Again, hoping just to stay out of trouble. See what I mean? See what I mean? Dearie me. And that's all computer opponents. Okay, so now I'll do the inside. There we go. I'm up to 9th. It looks like I'm going to be 7th coming into the next corner. And again, I'll do the inside, get quite a few cars there, up into 3rd. Just a little bit of a kiss of the tyres there, nothing too untoward. And he's lost it. So that's second by ill means on the other driver's part, not on mine. The other guy's gone speeding off, so yeah, he's going to be fun to catch. Let's see if I can catch him. I do like that corner, strangely enough. Probably not in this car, though. Oh, definitely not in this car. There we go. And this car is a nightmare once you've lost it. So I'm back into 6th. Now I'll make do with 2nd. Already up to 4th again. So it looks like I'll get 2nd, but I won't get 1st. Oops, a daisy. Just a little bit of a rub. So final lap, I'm in 3rd. I'm not going to win. I have the potential of getting 2nd. There we go. Just need to stay there now. Strangely, 1st isn't that far ahead, so if I'd not made that mistake, I probably could have caught them. But again, another lesson for another day. There we go. Okay, there we go. So that's the 4 series done for today. None of them are up to 100%, so there'll be another opportunity. So there will be a part 3 where I will race in all 4 of those series again. A few good things though today. So got past 50% on the McLaren Artura. Both the Morgan +6 and the McLaren MP4/4 up to 79%. The exclusive series is at 38%. In season 2, taken the Italian Menagerie up to 64%. That's taken season 2 up to 96%. And probably most important of all, that's taken road collection up to 73%. So tomorrow won't be touching those series. So part 3 of those 4 series will be on Thursday. Tomorrow's live stream will be the event Track Day Black Series. Conquer the competition in the Mercedes AMG GT Black Series. That will occur tomorrow, Wednesday, the 6th of November at 1 p.m. UK time. So there we go. So we'll turn the sound off there. We'll turn the iPad screen off. Thank you for watching. I hope you've had a bit of fun, maybe at my expense. I don't mind. It's not a problem. I enjoyed doing this. Um, hope the rest of your evening goes very well, and I hope to see you all tomorrow for the event at 1 p.m. All that it remains for me to do is to say thank you very much for watching and goodbye.